Okay, we had to change the cameras a bit because I have two guests now. Who are you and what brings you to JFall?
Hi, my name is Charl Fasching, and I'm here at JFall for networking, community, curiosity, learning new things.
Same question for you.
Yeah, hi, I'm Carl Wanting. I'm here for new knowledge, get some networking done, and have a bit of fun.
We had a little chat before, so you also transitioned into Java because you're doing this already for a long time. How do you look at all the Java evolutions which are happening now?
Well, it's taken off quite a bit since Java 8 and all of this newer evolution, as you said. I think it's good. It keeps us fresh. It's innovation, thinking about things in a different perspective. And as we saw keynote this morning, it's all about a mindset. So, yeah, stay curious.
Stay curious, following the Foojay website, for instance, to keep up to date with the latest Java. You're not a Java developer, you said?
Oh, I am. Yeah, Java developer. Looking at the evolution since Java 1.2, it's a different language to what I started with. It's really exciting, but it's walking the line between getting very bloated and trying to evolve. I like the fact that functional programming is more of a real thing within Java now. But yeah, it's an exciting ride.
So you said you do Java since 1.2?
1.17 actually.
So you have a very long history in Java, both of you, I think. The Java today, is it the same Java as what you started?
Oh hell no! I started with stuff going back to Orbix, doing some remote client server type work, and a lot of client side work. So Swing and the UI framework before that, AWT. So yeah, it's completely different. There weren't lambdas. There were so many new things now. Yeah, it's different.
So I started with Java 1.3, and back then it was a lot more verbose, a lot more structured. You had to really write things out and really know the syntax and the structures and what does what. And I would say nowadays it's a lot more intuitive, it's a lot quicker to think, it's a lot more behavior driven, thinking what do you want to do, and then the code does a lot of the thinking for you or a lot of the plumbing for you. Uh, and I would say one thing I respect and think takes a lot of effort is the backwards compatibility of the Java nowadays, especially with Java 23 all the way. And then some features and some pieces do get dropped, but there's a very long, let's say, compatibility window. Yeah, and I think that's commendable, but I think it takes a lot of thinking.
It's compatible with older versions, so you can run your old application. I guess you also went through a lot of transformations of your applications. How do you look at going from Java 8 to 11 to 17 with an existing application? Is that a joy to do?
It's not a joy, but it's not a chore. It's fairly simple. You run a couple of scripts, you fix a few minor problems where things need to be changed that don't get changed by the scripts that you can find. And for the most part, it's actually fairly easy. Java 8 to Java 11 was way more difficult than 11 to 17, but 11 to 17 was changing a version number, recompiling and fixing one or two little things. And I expect 17 to 21 and 21 to 22 and so on to be even easier.
So the newer versions are much more stable, but bringing developer improvements and runtime improvements, right?
Yeah. I would say pre Java 9, Java 8 was quite a step up into functional programming, as you said. But we've, at my client, still have pre Java 8 infrastructure and legacy systems. So to upgrade them all the way to Java 21, 23 is going to be a challenge. We've decided also to upgrade some, but we said let's upgrade the platform first and then keeping the Java edition back, because that with the Java ecosystem and the libraries and the Maven and all of that, that already brings a challenge in itself. And then upgrading to a newer Java version, we don't have to change a lot, but I see a lot of people say it's an opportunity to improve your code, to remove some technical debt, to improve your system. And with that, you really have to then think of how do we change it for a better. So it's not a rewrite, but it's a hybrid kind of upgrade with rewrite. So yeah.
Um, support for Java 8 will end in a few years, so
That's what they said a few years ago.
that's right. So it changed again, but still, it will end one day. So people who have a running application which are stuck to Java 8, what should they do? Do they need to move?
Absolutely. There's no doubt about it that they have to move, either move or completely rewrite. And some companies, I guess, are taking the option of completely rewriting. Some will stick on Java 8 without support. The amount of technical debt, the amount of customization that they've done, that kind of makes it prohibitively difficult to transform from 8 to 11. If you've stuck with a vanilla Java and you haven't gone and done funny things, it's really easy. Should they move? Absolutely. The benefits in the garbage collector alone make it a worthwhile move, and the benefits that are continually being addressed actually make the proposition of going version by version as they're released into a stable version, make that a really compelling proposition. Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah, yes and no. So I would say there are benefits. As we said, it's not only new features, but the stability and the efficiency of the JVM has really improved. But for people who are really hard and fast of saying we don't have the manpower, we can't move, it's too complicated, you can stick with, let's say, a free-to-use JVM like Azul. It has commercial versions, but it's not a mandatory one. And then if you run out of support, yeah, it's a risk you gotta take.
But also remember, though, is that by not upgrading, at the same time, the further and further away that you get from Java 8, and I'm pretty sure Java 5 for a lot of people, the further away that you get from the current architecture on motherboards and chips, it's not unthinkable that we could have a different chip architecture in the next 5 to 10 years. That means that Java 8 could, in fact, be completely incompatible, even down to an architecture on the motherboard and the chip level with the latest version of Java, which means that at some point it might actually become impossible to upgrade directly. So companies may see a step where they have to go 8, 11, 17, and then jump to whatever the new version is. So the longer they wait, the more pain they're buying themselves.
I totally agree. We have seen this with, I think, AWS, the Graviton machines, which are a new architecture, and then yeah, you can have Java there, but probably not for all the oldest versions. So indeed, it's a valid topic. Okay, what talks are you attending today? You already picked them?
I wanted to see something different. We were saying that yes, we can go and try and improve our knowledge on the stuff that we already know, but I would like to see something different. I don't work with Kotlin that much, so maybe a Kotlin talk. And yeah, I see Jenna has all the hype, but we do a lot of that at our company as well, where they're pushing the Jenna I thing. So yeah, I'll see if there's maybe a Jenna I one that looks interesting, but I like to find something that brings me a new perspective. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same realm. Something that brings a new perspective, something that's exciting. Perhaps different ways of thinking about Spring. That can be fun. But also the how to change your biased mind looks like an interesting presentation. There's a presentation about architecture at about 12, I think. That also looks very exciting. So, yeah.
A lot to look forward to, and have fun today. Enjoy the conference.
Thank
Thank
very
you.
much.